three-point shot in this game.
That quick pivot foot that she can use against defenders going both to her left and to her right, can't she?
And right now for the Sun, they've just got to take time off the clock.
A minute remaining. Kurt Miller screaming directions to his team as they head out onto the floor with the basketball to take it the length of the court. And the Mercury don't need to foul right away, but just try to get another stop with still a minute to go. Bonner into the forecourt, finds Jones between the rings. Now it's Jasmine Thomas against Petty. Bounce pass kicked away by Petty, so they'll add 5 seconds to that shot clock, which was down to 9, reset it to 14. So here's Breon January to trigger it in from the near sideline. And Skylar Diggins-Smith guarding the inbounds pass. She finds Thomas. 10 to shoot around a pick from Brianna Jones. Hesitation move against Griner. The jumper off the window and in. What a tough shot by Jasmine Thomas, who has been tough all night. She leads the Sun with 17, and it's a 7-point lead with 35.8 seconds remaining.
And her first basket in the fourth quarter. She had 12 in the first quarter, didn't score in the second quarter. Had 3 in the third quarter, and then what a big-time bucket over Griner.
Yeah, little teardrop high off the window for Jasmine Thomas.
And we talked about the balanced scoring of this team. Good screens by Jones, and
that's just a tough shot.
Yeah.
Credit to Jasmine Thomas, 11th year pro out of Duke, knocking that one down and giving her team a 7-point lead. The Mercury were battling. Got those back-to-back buckets to cut it to 5, and now with 35.8 seconds, the odds get a little bit longer. Starting 5 back out there for both squads. Shea Petty will do the inbounding from the far sideline. Andy Brondello still directing traffic from the sidelines right now. And now we're ready to get back to live action. Here's Petty, waiting, looking. Finally triggering it into Griner and getting it back. Petty on the drive, through the lane, scoops and scores, and it's back to a 5-point game with just under 30 seconds remaining.
Went back to the left hand.
Shea Petty having a solid night. 5 of 8 from the floor. She's got 12 points and 4 assists. And now Mercury trying to get a steal, almost forced a loose ball. Bonner calls timeout just as she gets it into the forecourt with 22.3 remaining.
Now Skylar Diggins upset about the no call. She's got 5 fouls. You don't want to foul her out, but the Mercury bench wanted to travel.
See, they're still asking for it. And now both teams will get to the bench and meet and talk things over. Here's another look.
Great shot by Shea Petty, attacking the basket and trying to keep as much time on the clock as they can, but the ball goes back to the Connecticut Sun off this timeout.
Tell you what, the clutch gene is strong in Shea Petty, is it not, Ann? I mean, is that a gene that really exists?
Well, she was, as you said, in her last 2 years, she was at Temple. She was one of the top scorers in the Atlantic 10. She made the All-Atlantic 10 Big Five. And she was drafted in 2012 by Chicago, did not make the team, and tried out for Washington. Mike Tebow gave her an opportunity, but you know, she kept getting waived, and so she went overseas for 5 years, played with 5 different countries, and actually was a 3-time MVP over in Europe, won 2 championships over in Germany. And then Mike Tebow said, well, why don't you come and you can be our video coordinator and analytic coach. And but players kept getting hurt, and so he kept using her. But then last year, they just had too many players. They had to waive her again, and she said, you know what, patience is a virtue.
Yes,
and
indeed.
It's worked out here in Phoenix for her.
What a great story, Shea Petty. And now on defense, trying to tie up Jones, and they do get a jump ball out of it with 19.5 seconds remaining. Good effort there on the sideline by Petty, but it's going to be a challenge here as she's going to have to go up against the much taller Brianna Jones. This is 5'7" Petty against 6'3" Jones. What do you recommend?
Well, it's all about getting position, and as Shea Petty, you go and just grab the ball and get a dead ball off of it and make them take it out of bounds.
Mercury have to make something special happen here, trailing by 5 with under 20 seconds to go. Brianna Jones and Shea Petty to jump it up at the free throw line.
Looks like it goes to January.
Yeah, Petty just backed off. Loose ball. It's taken by Thomas. They're going to have to foul. Turner will give the foul on Bonner with 12.7 seconds left. That's not the one you wanted to foul, but really no choice at this point.
Well, unfortunately for the Mercury, they could not get to the free throw line in this game. And second half, that's been a big difference. I mean, the Connecticut Sun, give them credit. They're being aggressive. They are 14 of 15 with Bonner. I thought she was going to the line again, but they had another foul to give.
Now they do give the foul. Kia Nurse called for her second. 10.9 seconds remaining. And now DeWanna Bonner does go to the free throw line where she's 6 for 6 tonight and shoots just shy of 90%.
Yeah, she's 3 of 12 from the floor, 2 of 7 from three-point range. And this is where her game is so good that if she's missing shots, she does such a great job getting to the free throw line. And she does so many different things out on the floor because she's a tough defensive player, too.
7 out of 7, make it 8 out of 8. 16 points for DeWanna Bonner. Timeout on the floor with 10.9 seconds left and a 7-point Connecticut lead. We will take a break and come back. And welcome back. Final seconds ticking off the clock as a three-pointer does not go for the Mercury and Skylar Diggins-Smith. Foul called on Shea Petty with just 4.4 seconds remaining. And the Connecticut Sun are going to improve to 24-6 on this. Another impressive defensive performance by the best defensive team in the league.
It really has, and I don't think either team has really been sharp in this game. We've seen spurts, and certainly it's a game of runs. But yes, Connecticut Sun really made it difficult, especially in the second half, for the Phoenix Mercury to get any kind of rhythm on the offensive end.
On January, Cannon a couple free throws. She's got 7 points on the night. The lead is 9, and the final few seconds will tick off the clock. Connecticut comes to Phoenix and earns the season sweep. They win all 3 matchups between these two teams and have now reeled off 12 straight victories to improve to 24-6 on the season. The Mercury's 10-game win streak comes to an end here tonight. They pick up their first loss in exactly 2 months to the day. Back on July 11th was the last time they were defeated. Their record falls to 19-11 and 7-8 here on their home floor. We'll come back and wrap things up from Footprint Center next.